Right now, as you watch this, something massive is unfolding in the freelance world. And if you are not paying attention, you could find yourself on the wrong side of history. The freelance economy just crossed $1.77 trillion in the United States alone. Over 73 million professionals are now working independently. But here is the thing nobody is telling you. The ground beneath this entire industry is shifting, and artificial intelligence is the earthquake causing it all. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly where the freelance market is headed, which skills are being destroyed, which ones are exploding in demand, and the precise framework top earners are using to make more money than ever before. That is a seismic disruption happening in real time. In 2022, companies were spending roughly 0.66% of their total budgets on freelance marketplaces like Upwork and Fiverr. By late 2025, that number collapsed to 0.14%. Where did all that money go? Straight into AI tools. Spending on AI model providers like OpenAI and Anthropic surged from literally 0 to nearly 3% of total company budgets over that same period. More than half of the businesses that were hiring freelancers in 2022 have completely stopped. Let that sink in for a moment. That is not a gradual shift. But before you panic, here is what makes this story fascinating. While the floor is collapsing for some freelancers, the ceiling is skyrocketing for others. Freelancers who adapted early to artificial intelligence are now earning 40 to 60% more per hour than they did before AI arrived. AI-related freelance work on Upwork alone crossed $300 million in annualized value by late 2025. So this is not a story about AI destroying freelancing. This is a story about AI splitting freelancing into two completely different realities. And understanding which side you are on could mean the difference between building a thriving career and watching your income slowly disappear. The conventional wisdom that higher expertise protects you from automation turned out to be wrong. Researchers from Imperial College London and Harvard Business School published a landmark study analyzing job postings across 61 countries. They found that automation-prone freelance jobs declined by 21% compared to manual-intensive roles. Writing took the hardest hit at over 30%. Applications per remaining posting jumped nearly 9%, meaning more freelancers are now fighting over fewer available gigs. The Brookings Institution confirmed these findings, showing that freelancers in AI-exposed occupations experienced a 2% decline in new contracts and a 5% drop in monthly earnings. And here is the surprising part. It was not the beginners who got hit the hardest. High-skill freelancers offering premium quality services were actually disproportionately affected. No business executive in their right mind can ignore those numbers. The data tells a clear and undeniable story. Basic writing job postings have decreased 21%. Simple graphic design dropped 17%. Data entry fell 35%. Basic translation declined 28%. These are the categories where AI can produce acceptable output at a fraction of the cost and time. Companies discovered they could replace $1 in freelance spending with roughly 3 cents in AI spending. That is a 25 times cost advantage. To people who can think strategically and leverage AI as a powerful force multiplier in their workflow. AI content editing grew 180%. Prompt engineering surged 240%. AI tool training increased 165%. Machine learning programming demand grew 24%. And demand for AI-powered chatbot development nearly tripled. The freelance market is not shrinking at all. It is transforming at incredible speed. The demand is shifting from people who do routine, repetitive tasks. Now let me share the framework that separates freelancers who are thriving from those who are struggling. It is called the 10-80-10 rule, and it is fundamentally changing how top earners approach every single project they take on. Here is how it works. You handle the first 10% yourself. That is the strategy, the creative direction, the framing that requires genuine human insight and domain expertise. Then you delegate the middle 80% to AI for drafting, research, data gathering, and initial implementation. Finally, you take back the last 10% for quality control, deep refinement, and adding the personal touch that makes the work truly exceptional. This approach lets you deliver better results in significantly less time, while maintaining the human expertise and judgment that clients actually value and are willing to pay premium rates for. The numbers back this up powerfully. According to the Freelancer Compass 2026 report, 84% of freelancers now regularly use AI tools, up from 41% just 3 years earlier. But usage alone does not protect your income. The critical difference lies in how you position that usage within your service offering. Value-based pricing is replacing hourly billing across the entire industry, and freelancers using value-based models are earning 35% more than those stuck on hourly rates. AI adoption is increasing productivity by 25 to 40% for those who implement it strategically rather than haphazardly. Here is where it gets really interesting. The skills that matter most in 2026 are not what you might expect. Strategic thinking, clear communication, and the ability to effectively direct AI tools are now the premium skills that command the highest rates. Data analysis, data science, and machine learning top the list of skills that tech freelancers believe will gain the most importance in the coming years. But beyond technical abilities, something else is emerging as the ultimate competitive advantage in this new landscape: trust. When AI commoditizes output and makes mediocre work available to everyone, trust becomes the scarcest and most valuable resource in the entire market. LinkedIn data revealed that freelancers who posted about AI topics received 3.5 times more profile views and nearly 3 times more inbound client inquiries. The Freelancer Compass report confirmed that 56% of freelancers now acquire work through personal networks, up from 30% in 2024. Referrals drive 78% of freelance projects today. Building a strong personal brand is now the single most important investment you can make in your freelance career. And most people are still ignoring this completely. So what should you actually do right now to position yourself for success in this new reality? First, choose a niche where your lived experience creates a moat that AI simply cannot cross. A cybersecurity consultant writing threat assessments faces zero AI competition. A medical device copywriter with regulatory submission experience is genuinely irreplaceable. The more specialized and deep your knowledge becomes, the wider your competitive advantage grows. Second, restructure your services around outcomes rather than hours. Stop selling your time and start selling transformations and measurable results. A copywriter earning $45 per hour can reposition as an AI content strategy consultant and immediately command premium rates. The biggest rate jumps in the freelance market happen when professionals shift from pure execution to strategic advisory roles. Remember, 56% of freelance work now comes through personal networks, and that number is growing every single quarter. Choose 2 to 3 tools that directly solve your biggest workflow challenges, rather than trying to use everything available. Focus on tools that integrate smoothly with what you already rely on and can scale with your business as it grows. The goal is not to become an AI expert overnight. The goal is to become dramatically more efficient at delivering exceptional results that justify premium pricing. Fourth, invest heavily in your personal brand and professional network. Share your process publicly and transparently. Document detailed case studies showing real results. Publish insights and original thinking about your niche. Fifth, embrace the hybrid collaboration model that is rapidly becoming the industry standard. Companies integrating external AI specialists into their core teams are 1.7 times more likely to scale AI successfully, according to McKinsey research. Freelancers who can onboard 60% faster than full-time hires while delivering industry-specific AI implementations that produce up to 50% higher return on investment are becoming truly indispensable strategic partners that companies refuse to let go of. The freelance market is projected to double by 2029, reaching nearly $17 billion in platform value alone. By 2027, over 50% of the United States workforce is expected to engage in some form of freelancing. AI and machine learning engineering are already the highest paid freelance sectors, commanding $50 to $200 per hour. The opportunities ahead are genuinely massive for those who prepare and position themselves correctly starting right now. Start building your AI advantage today. Your future self will thank you for it. The window for easy adaptation is closing faster than most people realize. Every month that passes, the gap between AI-empowered freelancers and traditional freelancers grows wider and harder to bridge. The freelancers who invested in AI training early gained a competitive edge that compounds exponentially over time. Those who waited found themselves competing in an increasingly crowded market for rapidly shrinking opportunities at lower and lower rates. The future of freelancing is not about humans versus machines. It is about humans with machines versus humans without them. The freelancers who will thrive in 2026 and beyond are the ones who see AI not as a threat to run from, but as the most powerful tool ever handed to independent professionals. They are the ones building deep specialized expertise, creating undeniable strategic value, and positioning themselves as trusted advisors rather than replaceable task executors.